culture. I'm outside, side by side, just me and my pet vulture. Ain't no sleeping with the enemy.
Not at all.
They said he robbed me, but he walking with you. It's a Kennedy. Side eye stealing the resources. That type of treachery heavily need coffins. Ain't no need for the mixture. You talking right to the fixture. You in the field, no blitzer. Use a kicker. We church sermon your block. Be with the Holy Ghost. Eye contact with the strap. Your first rodeo. Touchdown on the street. You feel attraction. I ain't your ordinary fashion. Know these killers been the villains. Took the breath of the slums. They pulled up and kneeled the town. One dirty ass gun. Got some chefs in the kitchen. Get a recipe done. I won't report with no reunions till we eat on the run. I keep a vulture.
All night time. Wee hours of the dark.
Hey yo, man. I want to welcome everybody. This is King Ace Network, Moments of Clarity show. Oh man, I got a dope guest here, my man Franchise Liaison, man. What's good, bro?
Peace, man. How you doing,
bro.
man?
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, this is a good one right here where we're going to definitely get some moments of clarity here, man.
Oh, it's a must.
Yeah. How you feeling, though, man? How's life treating you right now?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Working hard, man. Just putting my best foot forward, you know. Out here doing business, moving, shaking, keeping the G.
So where you been at?
Doing my own business independently, man.
Is the way to go.
Yeah, for people who know me back in the days or whatever, for like predominantly being an artist,
right?
I transitioned myself and I started a management company over the last 6-7 years. I've been working with a young lady out of Chicago, Jennifer. I got 2 producers that I've been working with, Josh Lamont out of Long Island, and my other brother Drum Mage, who's also from Chicago. So, man, I've been on the road, you know what I mean?
What's the name of the label?
My company is called Black Myers ENT. So when you see Myers, that means music influences every real situation. You know what I mean? That's what I'm running with.
So what made you want to leave from in front of the cameras and go behind the cameras?
Being in the business for a while, right? You see the ups, you see the pitfalls,
right?
And I think a lot of times you gain a certain level of knowledge, you know, from putting your best foot forward and networking for a long time. That you want to take that knowledge and you want to take that network you have and put it towards other individuals. You know what I mean? To make a business out of it. And I looked at that and I ran into a young lady who's been my business partner for a while, who's one of the most quality artists that I've ever met in my life, man. And, you know, it's been worth it to take that journey.
So is this something that you always saw yourself doing from day one as far as the business side, or is this something that you developed along the artistry side?
I definitely developed it. I actually learned it from my first manager. You know what I mean? I was privileged to run into a young lady at the time who was my first manager by the name of Monica Jones, right? And she did a lot to put me in position, right? To really help me just to maintain to be an artist. You know what I mean? When I was much younger, you feel what I'm saying? I was able to just hit the studio, do what I got to do. And she would put me in a lot of really, really dope places and scenarios or whatever to get my buzz up, to get my shit rolling. Like with Elephant Man and them on the bill. You feel what I'm saying? That's the type of networking she was doing. You know what I mean? The first time you seen me on Smack was Zab Judah. You feel what I'm saying? She helped put that together for me. You feel what I'm saying? So, those are the things that a manager's supposed to do for you. And, I took some of those things and as I started to grow or whatever, I initiated a lot of those things that I learned from her into my company. You know what I mean? So yeah, we do hustlers do get their game from women too. You know what I mean?
How frustrating is it though? Like do you now see, like, since you was always an artist first, do you now see some of the stuff that your management may have complained to you about or stressed to you about?
Oh, of course.
Now that you're on the other side, do you now see what they was talking about?
Of course, man. And in all honesty or whatever, those are the things that if you're a person that reflects in hindsight, right, and you know yourself, you know the mistakes you've made, when you're dealing with another individual, it's a relationship. So you know what to look for. You know what to look forward to. You know that it's not always going to be peachy and creamy. You know what I mean? Because at the same time, you have a business relationship with this person. And you have a job to do. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing your job or whatever, somebody got to be held accountable. And that could fuck up business. So you always want to be on top of yours, right?
So with you always being on top of your business, give me one example, one thing where when you was an artist, you probably didn't respond too well through your management, that now you see it on the other side now that you are management. What is it? Give me that one thing that you was like, damn, you see, they was telling me about this, and now that I'm doing it, now I see exactly what it was. Like, what is that one thing that they was telling you?
In all honesty, man, hustle is ingrained in certain individuals. You feel what I'm saying?
True.
And that's one thing that young lady told me and taught me. She was like, yo, listen, you're gonna have to come outside when you don't want to. You're gonna have to come do things or whatever, in order to build your buzz, when you don't want to, and that's a part of the game. You feel what I'm saying? And you know what, man? I think a lot of times, how can I put this? Let me put this in a proper perspective. With my artists right now, these are my partners, right? I didn't meet them as young as my manager met me, right? So I'm working with an individual who's a lot more seasoned, right? I'm doing something totally different, which is R&B. And also I'm working with a female, right? Who has different needs, right? Who has, it takes different things or whatever to get them ready, to get them prepared, in order for them to be able to do what they got to do.
Definitely a bigger budget.
Exactly.
Bigger budget.
Exactly. And, but shit, the budget is us. You know what I mean? So if anything I could say that I took from my managers back in the days or whatever, and, you'll learn, hey, yo, listen, being lazy ain't gonna help you get to where you need to be. You know what I mean? And there's times or whatever, being an artist, yeah, motherfuckers be lazy. You know what I mean? You don't go out there and go put your best foot forward, and you learn from those opportunities. You learn from the missed opportunities that you would get or whatever, or that you didn't get from, not coming out to come do your fucking thing,
So, give us some dialogue, on when Liaison got started. When was your hot moment where people really started like gravitating towards you? How did everything get started with that?
When I first got started, I got started with Monica Jones. Monica Jones introduced me to a company called Professional Hits. Some brothers who were out of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and they had two other artists that they were working with. You now know one as Illa G, right?
Right.
Who was back during that time was Mobb Deep affiliated, and it was my brothers Ty and Snipe, which were formerly called the Embassy Elite, which were a part of Papoose Thuggication. You know what I mean? And we were all a part of one fold or whatever under Professional Hits. And I started off with them. Monica getting me on Smack, Professional Hits investing in me or whatever, and me having a dope DVD run or whatever during that era. You might have seen me on Come Up DVD. You seen me on Cutmaster C True Stories, All Access, anything that was booming back in the days. You know what I mean? Right after Zab Judah knocked out Corey Spinks, you know what I mean, for the welterweight title, I was under the bridge downtown Brooklyn, you know what I mean, getting right, stole the show. Right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zab, for the opportunity. That was a very, very dope moment. One of the real dope moments for me, definitely.
So what about that era do you miss?
Honestly, you seen people making a lot of money on the street, off DVDs, off CDs, when off tangible goods. You know what I mean? Back in the days, and if you built your buzz right, you think that you were gonna be able to actually, listen, man, I might not need no label. You feel what I'm saying? I might be able to build my buzz on the street and come out here and put my tapes out here or whatever, go hand to hand or whatever, sell my tapes, sell my DVDs, sell my product or whatever, and come out here and Master P my shit. You know what I mean? You know, that felt like an option out here in New York before the federal government stepped in or whatever and, you know, started snatching up mixtape DJs and putting them in jail and all the kinds of crazy shit was going on. So, you know. Which
was your favorite DVD to appear on?
In all honesty, your favorite joint is gonna be what's the hottest on the street. In all honesty, the hottest things on the streets was the Come Up, Sub-Zero, and Smack. You know what I mean? You as an artist, right? Let's put things in perspective of how the DVD era was, right? Minus the internet, right? Before the age of the internet, right? Every hustler, everybody that's in a barbershop, you know what I mean? As quick as DVDs get made, it's as quick as them shits get bootlegged. You know what I mean? It's like a pyramid where, you know, it comes from one hand and next thing you know, it's trickling all through the hood, right? As you moving around, as you going all around the city or whatever, people who see these DVDs, man, are like, oh shit, yo, I see some. You know what I mean? Oh, yo, what's going on, bro? I seen you. You know what I mean? And especially coming from a small neighborhood, like I come from in Coney Island, you know, which is like 3 avenues, Mermaid, Neptune, and Surf, you know, it's like, oh shit, you know, everybody out there seen it, you know what I mean? So that's something that definitely could put you in a situation or whatever to take your buzz overboard, you know what I
mean? So, since you was around in the era where battle rap was being like, I don't want to say formed, but when battle rap started,
it been going on.
When battle rap started reaching its peak, like to where it started getting popular, how come you never like jumped in the ring like that?
Oh, I'm not no battle rapper, bro. And that's not, and me saying that is not a disrespect. Them brothers are incredibly prepared. You feel what I'm saying? For you to get on stage and rap something specifically about an individual that's in front of you for 3 minutes, 6 minutes, unlimited, you know, that's a different type of talent. You know what I mean? I'm a song maker. You know what I mean? I just so happen to be able to get some light with URL or whatever due to the individuals who I was affiliated with. You know what I mean? Guys like Mav, guys like Cortez, guys like Hollow the Don. A lot of those guys were home team at a certain point in time or whatever. Right. And, you know, when they guys see you or whatever, you know, they think or whatever that, oh, maybe you in that fold, maybe you thinking about getting into that realm. But nah, I never thought about that. I just, it was just dope because a lot of those guys had huge buzzes from doing battles. I'm doing music, you know what I mean? I got people in my fold or whatever where we got cameras, you know, we self-sufficient on our side. Shout out to my guys Snipe and Ty Dro or whatever who literally, man, we had a whole facility and it became like a haven for all the dudes or whatever to pull up. So that's why we had so many songs. That's why we had so much music with, you know, dudes that was like really, really all around the city, you know, and, you know, so it panned out and it, you know, it turned out good for us.
When y'all did the Cypher, right? Mm-hmm. When it was you, D Chambers, Brooklyn Hands, when y'all did the Cypher on Smack, what was going through your head at that time, man? Like being in that environment, was that something y'all had to prepare for? Was it on the spot?
Oh, I had no idea that was gonna happen. We came to the show with Lil Fame, right? It was me, Chambers, Lil Fame, and Heineken, and his crew. Shout out to my guy Pusha K and my bro Dutch. They rolled up with us too, and you know, we had no idea that was gonna happen. You know what I mean? That's my bro D Chambers doing his politics or whatever. You know, I guess he went to go holler at Beasley. Chambers came to me and was like, "Yo, bro, you see the ciphers is going on or whatever. You down?" I was like, "Come on, man, you already know, bro." He was like, "Yo, I want to pull hands up on stage." He said, "You cool with that?" I said, "Come on, let's go." You know, rest is history.
All right, so what was your relationship with everyone at the time? Like, were y'all like a group?
More like just a conglomerate of individuals just getting together or whatever and just rocking with each other, just fucking with each other. Like, So okay, I met. It's funny because your last interview, right, that I peeped what you had with the bro Chambers, right?
Right.
He said that when he first met Math at Don Hills, right, I was there, right? I think that's one thing that he forgot. I was definitely there, right? Derek Jeter was in the building, and that was crazy. And I can remember Sky Zoo actually being the one to bring Derek Jeter there to the joint. Sycamore was also, I think that may have been some type of event or whatever that Sycamore was a part of. But that night at Don Hills, we met Math. He seen us perform, you know, and we seen him perform or whatever. And we just gravitated to each other, linked up, did a song. After we did that song, it was just like, yo, Brooklyn dudes or whatever, you know. We just kept rocking with each other, you know, and we built a dope chemistry.
So was that your introduction into Norbs?
No, Norbs. So right now we in the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook era, right? This is MySpace. There is no Facebook at the time, right? Okay. Facebook probably, some college kids probably just had that shit or whatever, right? But this is the MySpace era. So for me running around on all these DVDs and you know, creating a buzz out in Brooklyn, Norbs actually reached out to me on MySpace, right? And was like, yo, I got a group that I'm rocking with called PHI, Pure Hustlers Indeed. You know what I mean? Check out some of their music, you know what I mean? Let me know if you fuck with them. You know what I mean? If you fuck with them or whatever, yo, you know, let's do something. I checked them out or whatever. And one of them is my bro Illinois. Fire, you know what I mean? And his Uncle Debo. Both of them dudes can spit. So I went through there. And Illinois. Yeah. Spanish. Son is fire.
I fuck with him. Yeah.
Son is fire. You know
Shout
what I mean?
outs to Illa, man. Shout outs to Illa, man.
So this is who Norbs was rocking with or whatever originally. You know what I mean? He reached out to me to come do a song with Illinois and his uncle. I said, oh yeah, dudes is nice or whatever. I pulled up, I went and did the record. Me and Norbs or whatever, you know, we just start politicking or whatever, and he kept calling me. He was like, yo, bro, you know, yo, what you doing? You know what I mean? Hitting me up, yo, what's going on? Yo, what's popping? You got anything going on? Or whatever? You got shows going on or whatever? I'll pull up. So we ended up shooting a video, me and D Chambers, with the homies from Far Rockaway, called Allen to Allen, right? Core 2Gs, who's a part of Riot Squad.
Right.
I called Norbs. Norbs pulled up to the video, and he got a chance to meet my bro, Zaire. Zaire is actually, if you remember, if Smack wasn't shooting the video back in the days, right? You seen Zaire shooting the video. Zaire Baptiste. Zaire was the one who shot Rumors for Mano, who was shooting Red Cafes videos or whatever, a lot of them joints back in the days that you seen on Smack. And he actually shot my first video, you know what I mean? And I gained a dope rapport with bro, and so he pulled up, shot the video, and that's kind of like where me and Norb's relationship has started, you know?
You see how you just broke down that whole scenery. Do you think it'll ever be like a time like that in hip-hop where we could go back to that? Because that sounds like a lot of unity, you know, and I don't see, that's one thing I miss about that era, where it was definitely more unity within the 5 boroughs, within New York City as a whole. Do you think it'll ever go back to that?
Yeah, man. I think it's a lot of dudes that's out here who's actually just rocking with each other. Like, the only people who aren't really fucking with each other is, you know, individuals who's in gangs or whatever and got certain politics and shit like that or whatever, and they can't rock with each other. But everybody who basically out here who got some sense, who trying to get $1 or whatever, has no problem politicking with another individual to make some money. You know what I mean? Especially if you got talent, you know. That's how I see it.
So now with all of that, I remember you saying that you had a relationship, had or got a relationship with Heineken.
Oh yeah, man.
So how did that transpire?
I knew Heineken since college. You feel, since he was in college. You feel what I'm saying? Heineken and them are a little younger than me. So with them, it first initially started with my brother Pusha K. Shout out to Pusha K. Happy belated birthday to my brother. Those guys are like really those are my guys, bro. Real spill. Pusha again reached out to me on MySpace from seeing me on out here putting in work, right? Again, so he hit me up. He had the radio show at Brooklyn College. Bro was like, yo, come do my radio show, right? We had a good time at that shit, man. I had a good time politicking with Pusha at the radio show. So I want to say a couple months later, he invited me back to go down there to the radio show. But this time he was behind the camera, and it was like little Haitian dude in the studio, and it was Heineken, little crazy ass, right? And again, yo, bro, son is hilarious. We had a ball in there. You know what I mean? We built a relationship or whatever, and just those guys, like, literally came to me like, yo, bro, we fuck with you. We've been watching you for a minute. You know what I mean? We see what you've been doing with the DVDs. Do you know what's going on with the internet? I'm like, yeah, I see what's popping with YouTube. But he was like, yo, what you know about the blogs? You know what I mean? So this is the time when you seeing World Star on its beginning stages. Blogs like On Smash, Two Dope Boys, and all these things starting to come about. You know what I mean? And these dudes were up on that when a lot of us weren't. So they helped us bridge that gap. You know what I mean? But
that's dope though.
Yeah. That's and dope. At the end of the day, man, one dope thing about Heineken, man, those guys, man, as much as they help put me in position, I help put them in position also. You know what I mean? That's something that probably never has been spoken about or whatever, but we on the Moments of Clarity show, so let's give it some clarity, right? So my brothers that I brought up earlier, Tydro and Snipe from the Embassy Elite, I told you we had the studio up on the second floor. Ty and them had a studio or whatever down there, down on their floor, and then they literally had the damn green screen or whatever on the first floor level, you know what I mean, with the cameras and everything set up. And these guys didn't know how to shoot yet, right? Again, these is my brothers. I went to my brothers and I called Heineken and them to the studio. These guys got brand new cameras. Now again, let's put this in perspective. This is right when things are going high definition, right? So Heineken and them didn't have a high definition camera. They didn't have an HD camera. I went to my brothers that I rock with and was like, yo, my young dudes,
they know what to do with that.
Heineken was literally bringing porn stars, sneaking them into Brooklyn College to do interviews. You feel what I'm saying? I'm seeing these little crazy wild dudes and I'm like, yo, I love this shit. And I see this shit going somewhere. I got to do something to help these dudes. You know what I mean? So, I went to my brothers or whatever and I said, yo, bro, let these dudes hold them cameras. They didn't even second guess me. They gave it to them, right? They rocked with the cameras, and with those same cameras, them guys literally pioneered battle rap media, right? You literally seen them not too long ago get their situation with This Is 50. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I and still to this day, I got a dope relationship with them brothers. You know what I mean? Heineken is my guy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bag Few. I see what you're doing out there.
So, were you the introduction with between Heineken and Math or no?
Yeah, they didn't know each other. So again, these is guys that's a part of. They hit me up. You know what I mean? I started rocking with them, and like literally right after tying them, let them rock with the cameras, right? That also helped all of us, right? So if you see videos like Random Gunfire with me, Math, Goods, and Chambers and Hands, you know what I mean? That's one of the videos that came, that was a product of that.
Came from
yeah, you see videos like More Shots with me, Math, and D Chambers or whatever. That was on the Smack DVD and went crazy on the internet back in the days. Like, those guys, it was like a dope bartering system, man, where those guys helped us. We helped them or whatever, and we created something real dope. Yeah, we created something real dope with that, man.
So since you was the introduction between Heineken and Math Hoffa, did you how did you feel about the situation that happened between them at My Expert Opinion? If you have any knowledge on that.
I really don't, but I just like, hey man, that's them brothers' business. That's they did something. it actually worked out for the both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you look at it.
You know, and
when you look at
yo,
it.
listen, regardless of what, man, the only thing I didn't want to see or whatever was brothers that I know like Math, you know what I mean? Because I'm proud of Math. You know what I mean? Math, look how long it takes for you to evolve to get in position. You know what I mean? Look how many steps you seen Math take to get where he's at right now. You feel what I'm saying? Heineken is not a street dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to see my dudes going back and forth, talking shit, talking crazy or whatever, and the next thing you know or whatever, you know, things get into situations, you know. So that's the only thing that I didn't want to see. You know what I mean? But other than that, yo, that's them brothers' business. You know, I think Heineken and SO, they serve their purpose, I guess. You know what I mean? Math shit still rolling. Them guys got their own situation going. So yo, it makes sense. It's
everybody
dope.
win.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
I mean, everybody
Facts.
win.
Facts.
All right, so with you being on the management side, right? How hard is it to stay on top of the artists?
It's not really hard because that's the thing, bro. I don't got 6, 7. You know how you got people or whatever who out here trying to do business and they think they can manage 6, 7, 8, 9 motherfuckers or whatever. It's like, nah, bro. You can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm a person that I want to look for the baddest motherfucker I can find. I found the baddest motherfucker. You know what I mean? Jennifer is the baddest.
So are you only just doing R&B? Like,
well, I mean, she could basically do anything, but at the end of the day, bro, unless I see something that's, in all honesty, bro, I'm not looking for what's actually popular. I'm looking for what we haven't seen before. I'm looking for Bone Thugs. I'm looking for a 19-year-old Nas.
You don't care for the look, for what they like. You're not looking for artists to have the look right now.
So look at this, right? The look, everybody has the same look. It's almost like 10 friends on Easter all with the same outfit on. Who's going to get the attention, you know what I mean, of this one girl named HIPHOP? You know, all you motherfuckers look alike. You know what I mean? What's indifferent about you? What's going to stand out about you?
That's a great answer.
You feel what I'm saying? So I found an individual, and I found multiple individuals, as far as my producers also, that I work with that bring those actual key elements to the table, man. Which is greatness. Like literally, you could go check out Jennifer on her website, JenniferInternational.com.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? Go look up my dog Drum Mage, D-Dot Mage. Go look up my dog Josh Lamont. Josh Lamont in Long Island has put out the best dual albums with artists from that area, hands down. You know what I mean? Over the last, yeah, he's from LI. You know what I mean? From Wyandanch. Literally, bro. It's I got a fleet of individuals who I'm affiliated with, man, who are very, very special talent wise. You know what I mean? But it's just a matter of time. All brothers got to do is just keep putting in their work. You know, you'll see them, you'll hear them, and you definitely gonna see them flourish. You know what I mean? So
what does it take to be able to stay consistent? What does it take for people?
Talent, plan, a little bit of luck, a lot of perseverance, and an understanding that shit's not gonna happen overnight. You feel what I'm saying? We're in the era where the kids say everything's viral, right? But when you see all these people who have prominent platforms, they've been building these shits for 15 years. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
It's not viral.
Yo, I come from Coney Island. Nims is my bro. You know what I mean? Nims is not a new artist. Nims has been around forever, bro.
But a lot of people, his newer fan base would think that he's a new artist that just stepped on the scene.
Yeah, he is new because he's evolved into it. Yo, listen, man. The individual that you see now as Nims is not the person that you seen years ago, right? Real spill, I learned a lot from Nims too. Let me put that in perspective, right? To give that some clarity, right? When Nims first came home, right? And he got his first deal with, I think, a company called Creative Juices. It's an OG who's been making music for a long time by the name of Necro on the underground, right? And when Nims dropped his first album, President's Day, I pulled up to Sun Independent show, right? And I got to sit in the back with him and Necro. I was just listening to them, right? And I looked at the audience. I seen what was going on, right? They had a bunch of white kids in there, but who was in there going crazy over their music, right? But what I was paying attention to, I'm looking at the merch tables, right? I'm looking at, well, damn, they got hoodies. Oh shit, they got CDs. Oh, word, these motherfuckers got lighters. They got all, you know what I mean? That the formula, right, of independence, I seen literally at that show, right? And a guy like Nims, who I can say, not just recently, but for years, been having motherfuckers, his name been tattooed on people's knuckles, his logo with the crying baby, been on, you know what I mean, been on individuals out here, whatever, who are crazy rapid fans of Sun, you know what I mean? So me seeing that, he's been independent this entire time, building a rapid fan base. You feel what I'm saying? Me seeing that and getting to see that at that show broadened my horizon. So when I showed you right before we got on of our independent concerts that I threw with Jennifer, right? And you see her fan base, right? Nothing but women at the show, 100 people, a little over 100 people, all of them singing her shit, merch table at the back, right? So it's what I seen or whatever that I also came and I applied. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it's organic. Mm-hmm. You know, it's definitely a organic feel when you break it down like that.
Facts.
I'm glad to see, artists and people from that era flourish, starting to, do be where we always knew where they could be. Mm-hmm. All of y'all, because a lot of people think that this shit happens overnight. Nigga don't know. You've been grinding for 10 plus years. You could just get your break. Right. 12 years later.
To me, one of my favorite platforms to watch that I fuck with is my man Jamil Lindsay, Gully TV, right? So Gully, right? Gully.
I was just watching that the other day.
So Gully, right? Again, MySpace. Mm-hmm. Gully reached out to me on MySpace years ago, right? To come do a round table, right? With him and I believe he mentioned Uncasa and a couple other people or whatever that he wanted to invite me down to. I didn't get a chance to go down there, but me and bro kept in contact. Again, this is years ago. I seen his platform at its infant stages. Look where bro is at right now. Multiple street documentaries, dope content, you know what I mean? Fashion line, you know what I mean? Bro actually looked out for me or whatever. Like, yo, bro's a smart guy. He hit me up and was like, yo, bro, I want to put a little play together. You know what I mean? If you could get somebody, you know what I mean? Get some interviews and shit like that going. I come out there or whatever with my camera. I'm going to interview some of your artists. So he came out here, right? And he interviewed my producer, Josh Lamont, and with my guy, Buddy Lofton, who he had did a tape with, right? Gully came through, did his thing or whatever, helped my guys down or whatever, threw me on the platform too or whatever, had me speaking on there, whatever, dope experience, right? Held his end of the bargain, right? What I put together for Sun ended up not really panning out, right? Now, let me show you how shit work. So, I'm a guy, I'm like, yo, man, you always want to be a man in your word, right? So, things don't always pan out when they supposed to, but I ended up running into one of my brothers, and he was like, yo, bro, you just copped them new Sham guards, right? I was like, yeah, I fuck with Sham. He was like, yo, Sham coming to Harlem or whatever. That's my bro. Come through or whatever, pull up. You know what I mean? I'm going to have him autograph your sneakers or whatever, and we going to get a chance to chop it up. I got to the block, Sham right there. You know what I mean? Cool, brother, man. Chopped it up, Sham autographs my sneakers. I hit Mill from Gully TV up. If you watch Gully TV, you will literally see Sham God's jersey behind him during his interviews. You know that's somebody he fucks with, and he calls himself hip-hop, sports, and fashion. I called Mill up. Yo, matter of fact, I hit Mill up via Facebook Messenger. He called me right away. Chopped it up for a hot second, threw him on the phone with Sham. You can go look at that interview on the net. You know what I mean? So that's, bridging gaps, being a franchise liaison. Yeah. You know what I mean? And still keeping your fucking word out here, whatever,
It's crazy how you got that name and you actually live up to it. You feel me? Like, that name means something. You know, you're a connector, you're a resource.
But your word means something too.
Yeah.
So when that brother did something for me and what I was supposed to put together for him didn't pan out, I didn't forget that. So when something came through and I was like, oh, this would be perfect for bro. Yo, I threw the alley. He dunked that motherfucker. It was a dope interview. You know what I mean?
So are you able to, now that you into management, but you're still an artist?
Oh, yeah. Yo,
right?
listen, man.
So how do you make the transition back and forth to be able to not focus on the management and then focus on being an artist and still making music?
You're a creative, bro, right? When you're a creative, you don't just lose that, right? And in all honesty, it's really not focusing on artistry or whatever. Your business is your business, right? But this shit is so easy right now, right? That, I mean, it's not like I gotta go to Virgin Megastore or whatever and wait for a shipment of vinyl or something like that to come in or whatever in order to move a record. With a click of a button, this shit is out.
It's already out. With
a phone call or text message, I can get some artwork. You know what I mean? Hit my man in his PayPal or whatever. Yeah, cool. Pass me the artwork. You know what I mean? A little hour or two in the studio when I go in there prep, I can go get that smashed or whatever. So within the last 2 years, you see me put out nothing but singles. You know what I mean? I literally put out 20 songs over the last, I want to say, year. Maybe just dumping out singles, you know, just for people to hear, you know, just to, you know, just to keep my artistry going, you know what I mean? Just to keep, and this shit is not about no money or whatever, but at the end of the day, I know I'm still a bad motherfucker too. So, hey, man, when you got the itch, put it out there, man. Fuck it, you know? So,
what inspired you to do the animated series that you got going?
That's all my dog Drum Mage. My dog Drum Mage, the name of his production company is called Borderline Genius. Bro really is a genius. He came to me, I want to say this is like 4 years ago. And he said, yo, bro, I got an idea, man, that I just want to, I want to do a bunch of dope records and I want to add animation to them. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, that's fire. You know what I mean? So when you go to his YouTube channel, over the last year, Drum has put out 67 videos, 70 videos animated, all different types of subject matter, hilarious. Me and him got together and like the most is I get with him, me and him come up with ideas for characters. We had mad fun. We bug out or whatever and kind of like be teenagers and shit like that. Because one thing about it is, bro, like in all honesty, the flesh is temporary. Cartoons are forever. You know what I mean? True. And if you can find a way to be able to balance yourself or whatever and add music and actually do something unique, which I really want to just pride myself on, bro. I don't want to do everything that everybody else is doing. I don't want to have the same outfit on as the other 10 motherfuckers who are my friends trying to get this one lady hip hop's attention. You feel what I'm saying? Everything I want to do, I want to have a part of something where it looks unique. It looks like, oh, okay, when you see it, it automatically stands out because it's like, yo, damn.
All right, so
it's not typical.
For every animated video, y'all wrote it up?
Yeah, yo, bro, we wrote out the ideas. What we do is we'll come up with a song, right? Drum major, whatever, genius, producer, he'll produce the record, come up with something or whatever. I'll come through, I'll add my input, I'll rap on it or whatever, I'll do a hook on it. And then next thing you know or whatever, after we got the song, we'll sit back and just think about, yo, damn, what would be a dope idea to put, to do as far as like, an animation for this song. So if you see Keto, which we dropped in January and we did that for New Year's, right? We made that a New Year celebration where you see us in Times Square. You know what I mean? If you see the first animated video that I got with Drum, it's called Nubian Groceries. You see me as a cartoon running around Africa. You know what I mean? Running around South Africa, running around Egypt. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are the things and these are the world that animation can be able to put you in. And, shit is just fun, bro.
So being able to do that, are you interested in like writing scripts for movies, TV shows, stuff like that? Skits, soundtracks,
that comes natural. But the way I'm looking at this animation shit, man, it's like, again, only thing individuals have to do is just really not give up, man. Put your best foot forward. If you have talent, be very, very consistent with that or whatever, and you will break through, bro. You know what I mean? I've seen all the top motherfuckers who have the top platforms at their infant stages, and the only thing all of them never did was give up. All they did was just keep their best foot forward or whatever, and keep pushing, keep grinding, keep stomping, keep putting their fucking feet on their neck, showing how fly they are, how diverse they are. You know what I mean? And putting their shit out, man.
So who's some people that influence you?
Rap wise, or what you mean? As far as like rap wise, being what moguls I look up to, or
yeah,
what?
I guess you could say in general.
I mean, I'm
hip hop.
Yeah,
I would like to say hip hop, business wise, and I would just say marketing. Let's just say that for those three. Who's those in that category? Who would you kind of say?
Hip hop, in no particular order, right? Raekwon, Ghostface is in the tie. Nas, Redman, Max B, Cameron, Prodigy is one of my favorites. I used to feel like P used to talk to my spirit, bro. You know what I mean? Like that guy was just got.
I was just listening.
P was amazing, bro. You know what I mean? Self-Conscious with him and Nas on the QB album, bro. Like if you really take a chance to listen to that, bro, you be like, yo, damn, P talking to my soul right now, bro. That's one of my favorite. But you know, guys of that element, you know what I mean? As far as rap wise, as far as business, you know, we from New York, bro. We all seen Rockefeller come up. You know what I mean? We all seen Rough Riders come up. We all seen the Ink come up. You know, we were inspired by what was going on in the West. You feel me? You said marketing. Hey man, when you look at a motherfucker who understood how to market a product back in the days, man. You look at Dame Dash, man. Yeah. Dame Dash, when it comes to marketing his artists, when it comes to
that's a fact.
Putting people in the right position or whatever. Yo, man, right before I could remember like yesterday or whatever, just looking up or whatever, seeing Freeway on the billboard. You feel what I'm saying? In a Rockaware ad. You know what I mean? If that's not dope marketing for a street artist from Philadelphia, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Beanie Siegel, who I mean, you didn't really look at Beans like a fashion icon or nothing like that, but that state property shit was hitting on the streets. These motherfuckers had holsters and shit like that or whatever in the pockets or whatever. So
it
was just like, you know, it was just different things or whatever that he was, you know, that he was able to do to be able to put his artists in position or whatever to really, really make them look good, you know? I think that's dope. I always fuck with Dame. People don't always fuck with Dame delivery or whatever, but, you know.
I fuck with Dame, man. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people need to put more respect on his name. I think people like Dame Dash, people like Kanye West, they were everything that's okay to do and say now in the industry is stuff that they've been trying to do and say back then, you know, and it was like forbidden, like, oh, who are you trying to own shit? Who are you really trying to be a CEO?
It's yo, man, that's
now it's like that's all anybody want now. But Dame has been Dame, and it's other artists. But for us growing up, with us being fans of Rockefeller, Dame was all in those board meetings, kicking doors down.
For me, it was definitely always Dame.
Ownership, everything like that. And now to see that a lot of people kind of took his blueprint, ran with it, and don't give him the just due.
Right.
I think that's fucked up. Right. They don't give Dame the credit that he deserves. It's unfortunate, the situation between him and Hov. 1 minute they okay, the next minute they not okay. The 1 minute they suing each other, the next minute they about to have a sit down. But that doesn't take away, what Dame Dash has accomplished.
Oh, never,
and the entrepreneurs that he has helped. I think he should be compared to people like Russell Simmons and Leo Colin and all of them. I don't see why he's not up there.
So Dame at the end of the day or whatever, like, of course he looked at Russell because, you know, when you got look at Rockaware, of course you're going to look at Fat Farm. You know what I mean? That was its predecessor, right? But at the end of the day, man, Dame was flyer than them guys, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I don't get it twisted, man. And, you know, this is no disrespect to none of the OGs or whatever. I got the utmost respect, but I didn't look at Russell Simmons and want to be like Russell Simmons. You looked at Dame and was like, yo, I damn sure wouldn't mind being fly like Dame. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, you know, that's the influence. But one thing we realized too, influence is definitely an illusion. You know what I mean? Having influence does not mean you have control, which I think is your man Jay. That, you know, that was his issue going forward, that he had all this money, he had all this influence, but when it came to the power structures around him, he realized that he didn't have much control. Mm-hmm.
So that's what you think it really boiled down to, was control.
Yeah, man. You know, in all honesty, look at this, man. If I think, and again, I don't know bro's, you know, business. I don't want to sit up here act like I'm some expert on, but, you know, just from the outside looking in, you're just like, yo, damn, okay, I got all this money. Do I have the connects with the factories to when I don't need y'all no more? When y'all feel like breaking this deal, I can go to the same motherfuckers who's making Louis Vuitton, you know? Because at the end of the day, when we look at Rihanna and all these other
middlemen out,
when we look at all of these people who get involved in fashion and how quick they become billionaires, think about these companies or whatever and these people who are in control of these companies now, who these fashion brands been around 50, 60, 70, 80 years, right? They've been billionaires. You feel what I'm saying? They've been had all the connections or whatever that this guy who's cornered the market, you know, he wants right now or whatever, but though he has the influence, they're letting him know, we ain't gonna just let you get all this control that easy, bro. You know what I mean?
So what's your opinion on the state of the hip-hop industry today? You think we in good hands, or you think we in trouble?
I don't think we in trouble. I just think if you're looking back thinking that you just gonna get wild paid off streaming, that's an illusion, right? You like, let's be for real. You're not making no wild crazy bread off of streaming unless, like, I remember I heard some shit about Uzi. They was like, yo, son did 1 billion streams, and his check was like for like $900,000 or something like that. You know, so it's like, in order for you to get a monster check off of streaming, you got to be putting up buku streams. But the one thing you can do, right, when they used to say this thing, it's like, yo, if you got 1 million followers, you should be able to get 10% of these individuals or whatever to spend some chicken with you. If you can't, these numbers probably are lying. You know what I mean? These analytics made, you know, like, and that's one thing I respect about the young lady that I've been working with. You know what I mean? With the team that I've been working with is, yo, yeah, we don't got she don't got 100,000 followers, but she can bring motherfuckers to the door. You know
that's
what I mean?
what matters.
But there are people who out here who got 20, 30, 40,000 followers. They fly as hell. They jumping out of whatever car you think they own. But they can't bring anybody to come see them at the end of the day.
They can't bring 10 people to come support them at the door.
At all.
And
I showed you the footage from my gram.
And the people that they do bring, guess what? They want all of them to get in for free. Mm-hmm. But you ain't even packing a house. You see, we learned that in battle rap. In battle rap, that was a perfect way to negotiate your price with league owners. Mm-hmm. So if I'm getting booked for a battle and I'm telling the league, like, yo, this is my price, this is 3 rounds, this is my price, hey, yo, I should be able to get this because y'all making this back at the door too, because I'm coming with like a squad, so I'm coming with like 15, 20 people, and they all paying. Ain't nobody getting in for free. Probably one person getting in for free. Right. But the other 19 is paying. And then the battle was interesting. You got people that they're gonna pull up to the event to pay to watch the battle. So that's a good way you could negotiate prices. And I see that at events, at a lot of showcases where artists be having a lot of high demands, and they come in with like 4 people.
You know what's dope to witness that, like, now that you bring that up, just like in hindsight, I can remember the first Lions Den event, right? When you first heard Verb and Ill and them young brothers from St. Louis or whatever at the time, right? Yeah, when they were much younger, like on the come up, just coming out, right?
Right.
At that event specifically, I don't know if people remember, nobody ever got in. Something happened, right? It was way too many people outside, right? Now, remind you, this is just off the internet. This is just off being marketed on the internet. Lux had so many motherfuckers outside of a YMCA. I guess that the fire department was like, no. We can't let this happen. And, you know, just like G's, them young brothers, they got out there, whatever. And these guys my age, I'm calling them young. But at the time, they were young. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just, you know, them guys got out there and just took it to the streets and just battled outside anyway. But to see where the shit has transitioned from, you feel what I'm saying? Just off things being word of mouth. And then when things, you know, transition into the internet or whatever, and then you actually being able to bring 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 people just off your promotions and shit like that, that's when you know or whatever you're eventually gonna get rich. You know what I mean?
I think me personally, I think because this goes back into the topic of social media. It's like the same thing we see with the blue checks and the artists with all the big followers. A lot of people are so fixed on, yo, you're not popping if you don't have this amount of followers, or you're not popping if you don't have this amount of views on Instagram and social media and shit. A lot of times I see where it be the artists that have the less following that be the ones that have the true art.
It's more core. Facts. Facts, bro.
It's dudes I know. A fact. It's women that I know that are artists, and dudes I know that spit crazy, nice, and they only got 1,000 followers, or 800, or 950, or 700. But the ones that got the 30K, the 50K, the 75K with the blue check, the moment you click on their music, you hear a bunch of auto-tune. You hear them sounding like Future. You hear everything that you already is drill. So it's like to be able to have something different is what artists is not understanding. Like, yo, you gotta be different now, bro. You sounding like everybody else.
That's a fact. But you know, at the end of the day, man, I'm not mad at nobody for what they want to do. But at the end of the day, it's like we got one life to live, right? Do you want to live this life wasting your time, right? Or do you want to really get out here, put your best foot forward, and do something that's going to end up being legendary for you and your family? Right. You know what I mean? I think that's what everybody should want to be out here to do it for. To actually do something where it's like, yo, damn, I put my stamp out here. You know what I mean? Like, hip-hop to me is like an invisible pyramid. You know what I mean? A pyramid that we can't specifically see, but all the artists who have been in it, they put their glyphs on the walls of this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And it's become one of the most powerful things we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Look at all the subdivisions of hip-hop where this shit came from back in the days or whatever, with dudes is just doing break beats. Then you got the boom bap eras, or well, you got the figgity iggity era. Then you got the boom bap era. Then you got, you know what I mean, the West Coast era. Then you got the South. You know, so many different waves we went through, man, and this shit is beautiful, bro. And we just got 50 years of it, man.
I love hip hop, man.
Yeah, man.
I love hip hop, man.
Yo, and I always, hey, listen, man. There are plenty of people who carried limestone to create the pyramid of hip hop, but at the end of the day, the image of the Sphinx will always be in the image of black people. Nobody could take that from us. No matter who this is for, no matter who's able to be a part of this art form or whatever, no matter if it is for everybody, at the end of the day, the image of the Sphinx will always be black people. You know, and I think I say that because I always feel like black people don't get their credit. You know what I mean? How many times do you hear people from other cultures or whatever that's a part of hip hop just be like, yo, black people bad motherfuckers. Thank you for you don't hear that much, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, first off, that's because they all steal everything from us. A lot of stuff that are made, created, being done. We were the originators of a lot.
Let me ask you a question on your show, right?
What's up?
If all black people just said fuck hip hop, we gonna work on some other shit. We gonna leave hip hop to everybody else, every other culture. It's yours now. I think it'll go to shit in 24 hours.
Hell yeah.
I think motherfuckers probably wouldn't even want to listen to this shit no more.
You taking out the
you took out the soul,
the core.
Yeah.
What made it what it is today? Once you take that out, you got nothing left.
Right.
As much as you could water it down, but it's always gonna be what it is as long as it's the same people in it. Mm-hmm. That's why there's people that can stay consistent. The Nas, the Jadakiss, the Jay-Z's. They're never leaving. You feel me? They might stay away for a while. Mm-hmm. But if they left completely and say, yo, y'all have it, this shit will go to shit.
Facts, bro.
This shit will go to shit.
That's how I feel. And again, this is no disrespect to nobody from no other culture. You know what I mean? I like MCs. I love that it's expanded and transcended in the ways that it has, because it can't be as big without that. But at the end of the day, bro, like, hey, man, the image of the Sphinx, you can't blow the nose off of this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think once you do that, it's completely over.
Facts.
You could, because I kind of feel like hip-hop is not in the state it was a few years ago. I think it's in a better state now because I think there's actual rappers now. There's actual MCs. And I'm not talking about the ones we already know, the Nas and all that. I'm talking about there's MCs that came along within these last 3 years that started to let, I can't speak for everybody, but started to let me know, like, oh, all right, there's still some rappers out here. There's still some, like, when we really thought it was dying is when Benny got hot. It's when the whole BSF and them, they got hot. Then you had Dreamville. It's like so much new artists started coming, making some good fucking music.
Again, bro,
I feel like they saved the day.
It takes nothing away from an individual to just recognize that somebody else is dope. And anybody who don't realize that West Side Gun, Conway and Benny came in here and restored a lot of feeling in the hip hop, you just fucking stupid, bro. Like, let's be for real.
Or you a hater. Yeah. Or you a fucking hater.
Whatever you want to call it, man.
You stupid or you a hater.
Those brothers are dope, man. Those brothers are dope. Definitely. I've been fucking with them for a while. I got a chance to see them on their rise or whatever. I definitely like what they're doing. You know what I mean? In
a not a slow time, in a fast time, we watched them grow as artists from 2016, 17, when they all really was just coming home. Spesh, Benny, all of them. When they all was just coming home, and when they started doing ciphers together and shit like that, you go look at the footage from then and see how they emerged as artists now. They're not just rappers. They're MCs, but now they're artists.
And also, guys did what I'm doing on my level, which is curating a bunch of projects, right? Having a oneness and a togetherness with a group of individuals. You feel what I'm saying?
Executive producer.
People love movements, bro. You feel what I'm saying? The individual can always be dope, right? You love Missy, right? But you fucked with Timberland and Genuine too. You know what I mean? You fucked with Aaliyah too. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a crew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's one thing that all individuals should know coming into the game. Yo, if you're not the best rapper at the time and the guy who's in front of you or whatever is incredible, find a way to play your position. You know what I mean? Keep those around you or whatever who are actually loyal. And those who are not loyal or whatever, to move them away from your fold or whatever and keep shit going. Facts.
A lot of people don't know how to play their position. And when you tell a person, yo, you got to learn how to play your position and play your role, a lot of people get offended. Fuck you mean play my position, play my role? What role, nigga? Nah,
you somebody to play their role without getting offensive. Like, how do you? I'm just asking. Like, how do you tell somebody to play their role without being you know, I guess what I'm
Well, I guess if you're leading by example and you're doing what you got to do or whatever, right? It's if you're not leading by example, how can you come into another individual and say, "Yo, bro, you slipping"? You know what I mean? So you got to make sure your I's is dotted and your T's is crossed before you come at anybody on some bro, let's, and that's about showing and proving always,
Right. Nah, that's a perfect example. Like, you could use me and you for an example, Clip. Like, if you felt like I was slacking a little bit on talking or not being a certain way and shit like that, like, I would feel like your role, your position would be to tell me that. You feel me? Yeah, because you're the one watching it, you're editing it, you're the one. Exactly. So I wouldn't be like in that situation. I wouldn't be like, nigga, play your role, nigga. You just a cameraman, nigga. Like, nah, nigga. I would be like, oh shit, nah. you playing your role, nigga. You actually letting me know, like, yo, you slacking.
You ever watch wrestling back in the days?
Yeah.
So, like, one of my favorite groups was the Four Horsemen, right? And the thing about the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair is the star. When you see Rick is the one with the feathery, glittery robes, right? But when you see Rick goons around him, when you see Arn Anderson and you see Tully Blanchard, the motherfuckers ain't glittered up like Rick, right? I heard Arn Anderson say, yo, listen, I call myself the enforcer, right? My job is to make sure that Ric Flair remains the heavyweight fucking champion, right? That man understood his role. He's in the Hall of Fame, right? When you know your role, you can also make it to the Hall of Fame, bro. You can also make it to All-Star games knowing your role.
Knowing your role.
You know what I mean? You don't got to be Steph. Draymond got rings too. Draymond has contracts also.
That's because a lot of people overplay their role. But that's when they don't understand what their role is. So they overplay it.
Right.
A lot of us, I don't want to say, hey, you ever been through this where in a situation where you talked yourself out of a good situation?
Everybody does that.
A nigga could talk himself out of some pussy. A nigga could talk himself out of a good deal, out of like anything. You could just, and afterward you would say to yourself, why the fuck did I do that?
Facts.
Why the fuck was I moving like that? Like,
facts.
That's not even me. Or maybe it is you, but now it took for you to lose that situation to be like, yo, I be tripping, yo.
Well, you know what, bro?
I be tripping, yo.
I don't live in no regret. I do look at everything like it's a learning experience, right?
Right.
Like we talked about Norbs earlier, right? How much is Norbs suing Smack for? How many millions, right? But at the end of the day or whatever, if I would have never helped put bro in position, he wouldn't even know Smack. You know what I mean? So it's like...
So you introduced Norbs to Smack?
Yeah, bro. I told you, right? The first time I was on Smack in 05 with Zab Judah, right? You heard about Norbs in 2008, 9, right?
Yeah.
So, and you heard about him after he got brought into the fold with us. So, again, to bring clarity, right? I meet Heineken, right? Pusha K, and that's True Stories Radio and 576 Productions at the time, right? During literally after that, me still, pardon me, damn. After that, me still doing what I do or whatever on the DVD circuit, I started getting some traction, and I ran into Norbs, you know what I mean, from him hitting me up or whatever on MySpace. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me clarify that. Him hitting me up on MySpace, me and him got cool, brought him into the fold or whatever, and Norbs wasn't initially managing me. Norbs was just like, yo, bro, let me help you with certain things. Let me say one really dope thing about Norbs, right? Brother knows talent. He knows music also, right? He put me in contact with some real dope producers or whatever, and I came up with some dope music around bro. He had a lot of really dope ideas. That's why Smack and them brought him into the fold. You know what I mean? So it's not like bro is just like some dummy or some shit like that or whatever. He used and took things, you know, to his advantage or whatever. And I can't be mad at bro for that or whatever. It's just like, hey man, I wasn't a battle rapper. I really wasn't a fan of how bro moved at a time. And again, I'm not up here to disrespect nobody. I just want to provide clarity on how things was back then. Right. So we know how all this shit kind of like formulated. So it formulated from me meeting Heineken. It formulated from Norbs hitting me up or whatever, reaching out to me and me bringing him into the fold. And then me and D Chambers ended up meeting Math Hoffa. And that's how everybody connected, right? And then my brothers hooking Heineken and up with the cameras and shit like that. And that helping us out and also helping them brothers out to, you know, gain to the steps or whatever where you see them at today, you know?
So what would you say was Norb's downfall in the situation? Would you say, because we was just talking about
I don't never want to say downfall on nobody, because I'm not here to hate on Norbs, bro. I would say Norb's maybe mistake at the time was being an individual of just know who you are, bro. Know your position.
Do you think Norbs overplayed his role at URL?
I don't know what his role was at URL. I can't speak on that. Because at the end of the day, me and Son stopped working with each other, so I don't know what was going on. Me trying to speak on that, I would be lying. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying after a while, me seeing from the outside looking in, I always warn bro, like, yo, stop playing with dudes from the street, bro. You not like that. Stop thinking that everything is laughy and jokey with certain individuals, right? And then when, you know, you get comfortable with guys, you make a mistake and you pay for that mistake. And that's, I think, maybe where Norbs fell short from. But I still don't think that takes away from all the things that he brought to the table or whatever for Smack or whatever, or a part of that company or whatever, as far as like the Proving Grounds, him bringing certain battle rappers to the fold or whatever and knowing talent. So respecting him for that, you know what I mean? That's just where I come from. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, people say how they feel about the man, but you know he was bringing talent, and he did see talent, he knew talent. You know, I don't really know exactly what was the reason for the fallout between him and URL. Do you know, Clip?
The last thing was more of that twerk situation. That was that situation. That was when he basically, you know, tried to holler at Twerk baby mother. Twerk found out. Twerk slammed the nigga at an event.
Right, so right. It was in a parking lot.
Platform. It was on that platform. So that started the whole lawsuit and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it was a lot of stuff that it was already in the air that they kind of already was kicking him out the door. But that was the icing on the cake. Because Twerk was their #1 artist at the time. Yeah, see,
all that I was way out of the mix by then. I don't know nothing, because in all honesty, bro, the type of individual I am, bro. Once I see movements not going in accordance to how I am, bro, I bust my maneuvers, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a person where I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go. Let me reevaluate my shit. I'm just a guy like with that's one thing that I didn't really understand with battle rap. You feel what I'm saying? With the when it came to promoting the events, it would be like mad hostility, yo, this and that or whatever. And then after the battle, guys is hugging each other, and that shit confused me. I was like, oh, word, bro? You know, like, even the whole situation with Math and Rex, it's funny, like, I got a story about one time, we were at the XXL show. It's me, D Chambers, and Doggy Diamonds, right? Doggy is there filming the event. Doggy sees me and Chambers and was like, oh, Brooklyn niggas? Yo, yo, you know, he's like, yo. We ended up just rocking with each other throughout the course of the night, right? This is when NYB to the Death came out. It's only me and Chambers by ourselves with Doggy, right? We see Rex. Was Mook there? I don't know. I know. I can recall seeing Rex, and he had a bunch of dudes with him. Me and Chambers looked at each other like, "Oh, you already know it's about to shake." You know what I mean? But when the brothers synced us, they all dapped us or whatever, gave us pounds and shit like that or whatever, and they kept it bussing. And I'm not saying that or whatever to downplay them as individuals. I'm just like, I didn't understand that this is just how battle rappers do. I'm expecting it. Oh,
just
word.
like WWE.
Yeah, I thought I was like, oh yeah. The minute I seen Chambers,
you thought you and Chain was about to get it shaken in the spizz.
Yo, bro. It's just bro. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, bro. I'm not sitting up here saying, yo, I thought I was going to fight, but I'm just saying I'm from Brooklyn, New York, bro. You supposed to expect the unexpected coming from the hood. You know what I mean? I don't. This might have been before.
Nah, it was after. Because NYB to the Death was after they battled. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Right.
Yeah, it was after they battled.
Right. Okay. Thank you for the clarity. But yeah, I just didn't know.
Good times, man.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know. I didn't know how this shit panned out I was like, yo, word, this is how it is. All right, you know what I mean? But I was expecting that to go left. Because in all honesty or whatever, just me and Chambers, had we been with a bunch of individuals or whatever, shit might have went left.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, and again, that shit don't take away from nobody manhood, because at the end of the day, them guys is looking at it like, yo, bro, we out here getting chicken for this shit, because this is still a business, bro.
We selling the fight.
Bro, you know how many times I used to tell Math and them, yo, bro, why you beefing with Averb? He got Nelly and the motherfuckers running around here talking about they ready to put up cash for you to battle, son. Why y'all niggas trying to threaten this guy, bro? Like, I didn't get it, you know what I mean? And then when we see son or whatever, it's like, all right, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is or whatever. That's old shit or whatever, and, you know.
What was before we get out of here, what was the most funniest shit you saw that you was around during that time? What was the most funniest moment you remember?
This shit may not have been funny, but this was at Summer Madness, right? When Calico and Loaded Lux battled, right? I was in the if you were there, that venue was huge, right? I happened to be in the sound booth, the DJ booth, which was at the top, right? The young kid who I was with, Dime a Dozen, he was signed to Atlantic at the time. I think his PR person was working the event and just got us up there, whatever. We was just up there comfortable, right? Right before Calico and Loaded battled, because it was only a couple of us up there. It was maybe like 4 or 5 people or whatever, and then the sound guys, the sound engineers. I seen 2 dudes pull up or whatever to the area, right? And then they kind of started probing the sound engineer at a certain time. Yo, you know, we want this to come on. I'm in the corner. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? I'm just seeing what's popping. Next thing you know, when the battle come up, I'm looking, and dude says now. And the next thing you know, Calico's picture comes up on the screen, right? So, now I bring this up for a moment of clarity, right? Because maybe Calico, he's probably looking at that like, smacking these niggas let that shit happen? Smack was oblivious to that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Again, huge venue. We're in the engineer, the audio booth. We at the top of the venue, right? I want to say after that battle, maybe like 15 minutes afterwards, Smack makes his way upstairs.
Upstairs to the engineer.
Yo, bro. I knew Smack for a while. I'm not saying me and Son is mad close, but I've seen him in different. I know Son for a while. I've always seen him in a cool manner. Son was going ballistic upstairs. Yo, this can't happen. Now the sound guys, they not of the culture. They don't know what's going on. They just, somebody came up here, oh, all right, cool. Well, this must be a part of the show. You know what I mean? But that shit ended up hitting the bad end of the stick for Calico or whatever, you know what I mean? Them putting that picture up or whatever, because, you know, it did look biased or whatever, but again, Smack didn't have nothing to do with that. I just seen Son come upstairs and was just like...
Smack didn't okay that.
Nah. I literally just seen Son come upstairs. I
thought because it was on the big screen, teleprompter shit, I thought that you obviously had to submit that to Smack.
Nah,
you feel me?
bro.
I thought Smack had knowledge of that shit.
Yo, Lux and them came in rare form. These motherfuckers pulled up with the hearse. They came in with a casket, you know what I mean? And he sent his guys up to go get the job done. They did it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Smack didn't know nothing about that. That's definitely one moment. I'm pretty sure nobody ever brought that up.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That's definitely a moment of clarity.
That's
Definitely never
a
knew
moment
that. You know what I mean?
Nobody was ever told that.
Nah, nobody.
Yeah, y'all heard it here first.
Yeah. So for clarity, for Calico, yeah, bro, Smack didn't have anything to do with that or whatever. That was just brothers coming upstairs, going, and they didn't even try to do no goon shit to the sound engineer or whatever. It was just on some, oh, word, yeah, you work with Smack? All right, cool, yeah, you know, let me put this in. You know what I mean? They didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? But
because the sound people, like you just said, they like, oh, this
yeah, they there for the production, so they look,
part of the show.
Oh, this is supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So it's like,
does he want his picture? Does he know? Does he want it up there?
Yeah, so it's, you know, that's how that shit worked out, man.
Damn, man, I miss times like that though, man. Those events, that moment that we was able to capture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we was all outside during that time.
We don't got to miss them because we gonna create more, and this is what this is for. You know what I mean? I want people to follow me on my gram, Myers Society, MIERS SOCIETY, Myers Society. Look me up, Franchise Liaison. You know, hit up my YouTube page. Follow what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be more entrepreneurs out here, more brothers out here putting their foot forward to put these events together, you know, to do new types of, you know, because again, like I told you, I've been putting together R&B events or whatever with me and my partners or whatever, and we've been making this shit boom for the longest. Yo, bro, I was coming off the road, off tour with her in Toronto the day Kobe died. You know what I mean? We literally in the van driving back or whatever. We about to head to Niagara Falls, and then we just see on, rest in peace to Kobe. But it's just like, yo, man, that's how much and that's how long we've been on the road out here just trying to make this shit happen. So, yo, salute to everybody who out here who has, you know, this dope independent mind state to come out here to come get it. I got
some R&B artists that I could swing your way too, man. That's pretty dope.
Yo, let me hear them, man. Let me see what's going on. See, that's the thing, bro. When it comes to working with artists, bro, this shit, it has to be, it got to make sense. It got to feel right. It's like, you know, it really is a relationship, bro. I can't just work with an individual or whatever, because that's my man. I got to like this person. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You got to get a chance to be around them, get to know.
I got kids I feed. So when I'm coming outside for an artist, you know, I'm leaving family structure. I'm leaving other things that I got going on behind or whatever to do things for an artist. That has to be worth it. You feel what I'm saying? So for anybody, you know what I mean? You come in here, you doing this or whatever because you feel this is worth it. This is to build your legacy. You know what I mean? We spoke a little earlier, bro, like, yo, man, how many of y'all want to get on camera and just seem non-intelligent for your folks to look at you 20 years down the line and be like, damn, grandpa was a bozo.
Like, I don't even know what you was talking about.
Yo, bro,
It'd be like that though.
You know, but when a young kid is able to look at that and be smart enough to be like, yo, damn, I see why he didn't leave you nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I want to break a lot of stigmas, bro. You know, I don't.
That's the purpose.
I'm not the guy to come out here or whatever and feel it's cool or whatever to be dumb. You know what I mean? I think I don't want to be around anybody who's not an intelligent thinker. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because all the people who are running around here talking about they want to get rich, how the fuck do you get rich around 10 dummies? Who has the marketing plan? Which dummy has the marketing plan that you're gonna go to?
If all of y'all got the same brain, same mentality, same personality, where the fuck are y'all going?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. You know, so
y'all gonna fail.
Right. You definitely want to be around a circle of winners and around individuals or whatever who just want the same things you want.
It pays to be different. I be trying to tell people all the time, yo, it's okay to be yourself. It's all right to be different, yo. You ain't gotta be like everybody else. The shit pays off. Hard work pays off. It's a slow grind, though, but it's still a grind.
Remember when Andre 3000 used to have the hats that your grandmoms used to be wearing and shit like that or whatever
Kangos.
in church? No, you know the old school. Yeah, the joints that grandma and them used to have or whatever. Like
church lady hat.
Yeah, the church lady hat. And people was looking like, yo, damn, this is weird. But it's just like, yo, damn, when you hear his music and you hear a song like The Prototype, you like, man, fuck what's on bro head. This guy right here is one of the illest. You know what I mean?
It be like that.
It pays to be different. You know what I mean?
That's why any artist you see that stands out that's different, the Tyler the Creators and shit like that, you know. They fuck the street audience.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the street fans, man. They got the world.
Right.
They got the universe.
Right.
You know, that's their fan base. That's who they cater to, and that's who the fuck gonna buy the music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, bro.
Yo, much respect.
This was really
much respect.
This was really
a
dope one, man. Yo,
definitely, man. Definitely.
Shout outs to
I
my
hope we was
man.
able to put some clarity together for the listeners out here, man. You know?
Yeah, we definitely got some backstories and some dialogue that a few people wasn't aware of, or stuff that a few people wanted to know but didn't know. This is a dope episode, man.
Shout out
King
to Bro D
Ace.
Chambers, man, for plugging us and patching us, man.
Shout outs to Chambers, man.
That's a
always
special
working.
brother. I don't know if I was able to mention
Always
Chambers
working,
or whatever,
man.
like, because at the end of the day, bro, Chambers is a guy, you know, but Chambers is a guy that it's hard to tell my story without speaking about that brother, because Chambers is one of the illest hustlers I've ever seen in my life, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, our relationship definitely runs very, very deep. I'm appreciative for that brother, and I'm appreciative to see his grind all these years and to see where he's made it to, you know?
I speak to Chambers weekly, sometimes daily. Yeah, man, we kick it about a lot of business ideas, man. Like, we got a lot of shit that we cooking up right now that we about to do. Stuff that we a part of, stuff that he brought me a part of, stuff that I'm showing him that I'm doing. Like, yeah, man, Chambers got a grind, man. That's why I fuck with him.
He got more than a grind, bro. That brother is one of the, yo, bro, I've seen it firsthand, bro. I'm talking about for as long as I've known, bro, he's hustled and had a job. Like, and this is not to try to glorify no crazy shit, but I'm telling you, me and Chambers, bro, Chambers is the type of guy, like, he's like, yo, bro, come with me real quick. Yo, you got some money you want to put down on some Grizzlies real quick? All right, cool. Where we going? This is copping grams in a cable truck. Like, yo, Chambers is one of them guys, bro. You be like, yo, bro,
man,
what do you do? Yo, bro,
but he get to it, man.
Yo, no, getting to it ain't the word, bro. He's one of them guys that once he has a vision, bro, there's nothing that's gonna get in bro way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you, as you know, as an entity, when you see artists who got that type of grind like him, fuck with him, bro. Gravitate to him.
Yeah, gravitate, man.
You know?
That's why
Peace to Chambers. Peace, bro.
Peace, bro. We always kick it. We got an event coming up on the 17th. Trappers Only. Shout out to Trappers Only, man.
Grams in the cable truck, see?
Yeah.
Trappers Only.
Trappers Only. And that's crazy because that's what he created. His concert series is called Trappers Only.
Yeah, it's not fluky, bro. You know, shout out to all the smart guys out here. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs, all the people out here who ain't afraid to put their best foot forward.
That's a fact.
Be intelligent.
Man. All the black entrepreneurs.
Salute to the guys out here, man.
All the grinders. This is King Ace, Moments of Clarity show. King Ace Network, man.
Peace.
Damn, nigga said Calico was tight. And Smack didn't even know that.
Nah, he didn't know that shit. He didn't know that shit.
Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy nobody spoke about that.
Well, just think about it.
Nobody spoke about that.